comment, I'd be remiss in not thanking our frontliners across the Philippines. Those serving in the medical profession, trying to ensure the health and well-being of our citizens everywhere, putting their lives at risk, oftentimes. Amazing. And of course, our government officials, many of those working under the general, who you'll hear from shortly, doing amazing things and working tirelessly to protect us and keep us safe. And in the BPO world and in other industries who are deemed essential, those frontliners who are putting themselves forward and doing what they can to ensure that we have an economy to come back to, so that all of us have work to do and prosper from when this thing is eventually over. So to all of you, maraming salamat po. I want to kind of call back to the first few days of the ECQ and kind of think a little bit about some of the many heroics that occurred in those early days. We saw within the BPO industry in particular, hundreds of thousands of people turning overnight into work-at-home agents and employees with remarkable effect. And essentially now what we're seeing is the new normal is something that's going to continue to redefine itself over time. And I just cannot help but be very proud of how industry and associations worked well together in that period, despite the enormity and severity of the crisis that we're all enduring across the globe. The one thing, Richard, and we talked about this offline, the learnings that I think many companies have had as a result of this are numerous. One of the things I wanted to call out is the importance of relationship and network. You know, when we first started, certainly we found that when companies who had good relationships with their LGUs, with their telcos, with their industry associations, whether that be AmCham or Australia-New Zealand Chamber of Commerce and many others, especially the local LGUs, they had more success because they had that network to lean into, to work with, and to prosper through very difficult times. And I think that's something that a lot of us can kind of reflect back on, how we can improve ourselves, our industries, as we move forward, is to take advantage of those networks that are out there and really appreciate them and understand the value that they bring to the table in times especially like this. We certainly, as an industry, are very reliant upon our providers. Telco, again, thank you, Ovi and many others who came to the rescue. Our canteen providers, security, facilities, people keeping their sites and homes safe and disinfected. This is all critical to ensuring the health, well-being, and safety of our employees and families across the nation and across our industries. And the last thing I really want to comment on, Richard, is this is a challenging time for so many people, for all of us in one way or the other. And there are many who are suffering because of the lack of funds and what have you, and many who are suffering because they don't understand what's going to happen next. Well, you know, I have learned that the Filipino culture, mindset, and heart is like no other that I've experienced in all of the countries I've visited. And I know we will eventually prosper. I know we will eventually come through this. From chaos comes opportunity. And I think that we are in a great position to take and turn this around at the end of the day and show the world how we can do this right and how we can continue to be a very effective leader in our communities and industry. So Richard, again, on behalf of all of us, just want to say thank you to you and Rebecca for pulling us together for this very important forum. So thank you. Maraming salamat.